So it looks like the Premier League is Manchester City's to lose, of course. However, a monster game this weekend could decide once again if the title race is back alive. We're going to take a little look at it, all of it, and next. Today we're looking forward to matchday number 34, I believe, in the Premier League, and we'll get to it in a second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for the Premier League is right here under one roof. Of course, Man City picked up the win, while Arsenal and Liverpool both suffered shock defeats this past weekend to put Man City top of the table. But that could all change as Spurs are the hosts this weekend in another ding-dong affair over in the Premier League. We'll get into it all in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, make sure you smash your subscribe. Of course, let's get into it, of course, and have a look at what we're talking about. First and foremost, we are going to take a look back at the last weekend's action before we look at the Super Brew, and then, of course, we'll kick on forward to another bit of drama. So here we go, then, kicking on forward with a recap. The Geordies, a 4-0 demolition job of Spurs, which, of course, doesn't really put Spurs in good light. Looking forward to them in action when they come around. Meanwhile, Brentford up against Sheffield United, 2-0 winners for them. I went with a 2-1 win myself. Burnley and Brighton 1-1 draw, got them one spot on the nose. Man City with a 5-1 win over Luton. I went with a 3-0 win. Forest and Wolves 2-2 draw. I went with a 1-1 draw. Look at me. That's like a perfect, flawless, bar the first one, prediction rankings. Meanwhile, Bournemouth pulled off a massive 2-2 draw against Manchester United. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace 1-0 away win for them over Liverpool. Fulham the same, 2-0 winners over West Ham. Villa pick up a 2-0 win over Arsenal, and then Chelsea 6-0 demolition job of Everton. What about that penalty mess by Chelsea? What a shambles that's all about. Amateur hour over at Chelsea. Meanwhile, the table looks like this. Of course, City are, of course, 2 points clear at the moment over Arsenal and Liverpool. Of course, with Aston Villa in that top 4, with the game in hand, with the game played more, though, over the likes of Spurs. Going down is Sheffield United, Burnley is Luton, but of course, I don't know if this actually reflects the points deduction. I think it's a lot closer than you think down there with the likes of Everton and Forest, both realistically in that relegation discussion. And I did think Spurs were playing Man City this weekend, but they're not. They're not there because they're in action in the FA Cup. Goodness gracious me. But of course, I've just had a quick look at the last few games. It is realistically down to that game, which of course will make it a little bit spicy as it's been pushed to the penultimate game of the season. But anyway, let's of course look forward to those next round of games. But before all that, quick look at the Super Brewski. Of course, see how you guys got on with the Prediction League. Well, here we go then. Of course, quick look at that Prediction League. I'm coming out any second now here, guys. Just bear with me here. Quick look at the stuff, and it is fired up. Mark kicks ass, 14 points for him. Pressel Hinterland up there with 12 points, and then Ultra alongside Raymond Reddish with 10.5. Well done for you guys. Big leaps and bounds made, of course. Again, if you see your name, smash your like. This is the table though. It's Lewis R currently running away with it, 318 clean right there. Then Blue Orbit's in second with 317.5. Yalva P is coming at you though, 311 with of course the chasing pack as well. If you see your name in there, smash your like. See your name, smash your subscribe, and of course we'll get into the next round of games, which of course coming at you this weekend. Where are we? There. Whoa, what have I done? There we go. What the fuck? There we go. Of course. So let's get into the next round of games then. Of course, looking forward to these. So let's get into it now. These were the games. But of course, just spoiler alert, a lot of them aren't happening. So let's get cracking and have a look at what we're talking about. If I can get into the games, there will actually be only 7 games this weekend of this 10. So we do have Luton and we do have Brentford. That's of course coming out on Saturday, April the 20th. So let's jump at the deep end with that one. Now these two sides have played each other 18 times since 2003. 7 wins for Luton, 10 wins for Brentford. 1 draw, of course. Luton 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 27 goals in 18 matches, 1.50 goals a game on average. Brentford 7-0 win the biggest, scoring 37 goals in 18 matches, 2.06 goals a game as well. Brentford 42% form for them right now, unbeaten the last 4. They are 15th with 32 points for the season. Luton are in 18th, 25 points for the campaign, 25% form for them, just 1 one win in the last 6 matches. Last time around, over at Kenilworth Road, it was a 3-0 win for Brentford back in October 2020. That was in the Championship. The reverse fixture at Brentford this campaign was a 3-1 win for Brentford back in December. Brentford, of course, 3 wins on the bounce against Luton. The odds for this one, Luton are 20 was 10 for the victory, 5-2 the draw, 6-5 is your away win. I am going to go with a 2-1 win for Luton here to really fire up that relegation competition down the foot with the likes of Brentford, Forest, Everton, still not out of it just yet. Meanwhile, another ding-dong affair down the foot is Sheffield United against Burnley, coming at Bramall Lane. Played each other 29 times since 1994. 13 wins for the Blades, 12 wins for Burnley, and 4 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Sheffield United, 5-2 win. Scored 49 goals in 29 matches, 1.69 goals a game. Burnley, 5-0 win the biggest, 46 goals scored in 29 matches, 1.59 goals a game as well. 50% form for Burnley right now, just 1 win in the last 6 games. They are 19th with 20 points for the season against the Sheffield United side. 25% form for them right now. Winless in the last 7 matches. They are 20th, 16 points for the campaign as well. Last time around, over at Bramall Lane, it was a 5-2 win for Sheffield United back in November 2022. That was in the Championship. The reverse fixture, a 5-0 win for Burnley this campaign over in the Premier League. The odds for this one then, Sheffield United are 7-4 for the victory, 5-2 is the draw, 7-5 is your Burnley, who are favoured here slightly to get the win. Not me though, going to go with a 2-2 draw, Desmond 2-2, Diaz to bang a couple, that's right. Meanwhile, Wolves against Arsenal will go ahead. That's on Saturday, the 20th of April, over at Molineux. Last chance saloon, you think, for Arsenal. They cannot afford any more slip-ups if they're going to win this title. They need to be flawless throughout. 21 times they have played each other since 2003. We've got 3 wins for Wolves, 15 wins for Arsenal, 3 draws, of course. The biggest win for Wolves, 3-1 win, scoring 15 goals in 21 matches, 0.71 goals a game. The Gooners, 5-0 win the biggest, scoring 45 goals in 21 matches, 2.14 goals a game on average. Arsenal, 67% form for them right now. Back-to-back games now without a win. Busy week this week, second in the table, 71 points for the campaign against the Wolves side. Winless in 5, 11th in the table, 43 points for the season. Last time around, though, over at Molineux was a 2-0 win for Arsenal back in November 2022. And I've got Arsenal, of course, picking up 5 wins on the bounce over Wolves, including a 2-1 win last time around over in London. The odds for this one then, 50-2 is your Wolves, 7-2 is your draw, 11-4 on is your Arsenal here on this one. But back the Gunners here, 2-1 win for them on the road, big points needed, and away they go. There we go, the relegation 6-pointer on Sunday. It's, of course, Everton, it's Forest at Goodison Park, played each other 12 times since 1994. Got 5 wins for Everton, 4 wins for Everton, 4 wins for Forest, 3 draws, of course. The biggest win for the Toffees here, 3-0 win, scoring 17 goals in 12 matches, 1.42 goals a game on average. Forest, though, 1-0 win the biggest, scoring 12 goals in 12 matches as a goal a game on average. They're a 17th spot right now, are Forest, 42% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6 matches. Up against the Everton side, just 1 win in the last 6 matches, 25% form for them right now. They are 16th with 27 points for the season as well. Last time around, at Goodison Park, it was a 1-1 draw. That was back in August 2022. That was in the Premier League. The reverse fixture at City Ground was a 1-0 win for Everton, who are unbeaten against Forest over the last 3. The odds for this one then, we're looking at Everton are even teams for the victory, 23-10. The draw, 11-4 is your Forest here. I'm going to back Everton here, 2-0 win. Big win for them, gets them away from the drop, puts Nottingham Forest closer to the drop here. Villa against Bournemouth coming at you at Villa Park on the 21st of April, that's Sunday as well. Played each other 8 times since 2015, got 3 wins for Villa, 4 for Bournemouth, 1 draw. Of course, now the biggest win for Aston Villa was a 3-0 win, scoring 11 goals in those 8 games, 1.38 goals a game on average. Bournemouth 2-0 win the biggest, scoring 11 goals in those 8 matches, 1.38 goals a game as well. Bournemouth back-to-back games now without a win, 67% form for them heading into this. They are 13th at the table, 42 points for the season against the Villa side, 67% form for them, and just 1 win in the last 6 matches. They are 4th, 63 points for the season, and a bit of a recovery from them after a bit of a wobble earlier in the past few weeks. Meanwhile, Villa 3-0 win last round over at Villa Park back in March. Reverse that was last year. Of course, the reverse fixture at Bournemouth, 2-2 draw it was back in December. Of course, Villa are looking for extending a run to be 3 unbeaten against them. 4-3 on is your Villa, 14-5 is your draw, 16-5 is your Bournemouth here. Going to go with a 3-0 win for Aston Villa on this one. Points in the bags, and away they go. Kicking on forward, it is Crystal Palace against West Ham United. Big win for Palace this past week against Liverpool. This time now they go to Selhurst Park, played each other 31 times since 1994. 10 wins for Palace, 11 wins for West Ham, 10 draws, of course. Biggest win for Palace, 3-1 win, scoring 42 goals in those 31 matches, 1.35 goals a game on average. The Hammers, 3-0 in the biggest, scoring 50 goals in those 31 matches, 1.61 goals a game as well. West Ham, 33% form for them right now, just 1 win in 6th. They are 8th, 48 points for the season against the Palace side. 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They are 14th, 33 points for the season as well. Last time around over at Selhurst Park, 7-goal thriller in favour of Crystal Palace. 4-3 it was back in around about this time last season, April 2023. The reverse fixture at London Stadium was a 1-1 draw as Palace are unbeaten against West Ham over the last 3. Just one defeat over the last 5 against West Ham. The odds for this one, 6-5 is your Palace, 5-2 is your draw, 21-10 is of course your West Ham. Going to back them, back Palace with another win here, 2-1 win. Adam Wharton effect, that's what it is. And then wrap it up of the final game of this match day that's going to go ahead. It will be Fulham, it will be Liverpool at Craven Cottage. Played each other 35 times since 2001. We've got 7 wins for Fulham, 21 wins for Liverpool, 7 draws of course. Now Fulham 3-1 win the biggest, scoring 31 goals in 35 matches, 0.89 goals a game. Liverpool 4-0 win the biggest, 65 goals scored in 35 matches, 1.86 goals a game. They're on 42% form are Liverpool right now without a win in the last 3. Another busy week for them with Atalanta in the Europa League. Third in the table, 71 points for the season, must-win territory for Liverpool. Meanwhile, Fulham, just 1 win in 4 for them, 42% form for them right now. They are 12th with 42 points for the season as well. Last time around, over at Fulham, it was in the league, it was a 2-2 draw back in August 2022, the reverse fixture. 4-3 it was for Liverpool back in December. This will be what we're looking at here. This will be the 4th time they have played each other already this season after the EFL encounter, which saw a semi-final between the two sides. Liverpool coming out on top, of course. But the odds for this one then, we're looking at 5-1 is your Fulham, 2-1 on is your Liverpool, 60-5, of course, the draw here. 2-0 win for me for Liverpool, 3 points in the bag, and again, keeping the heat at the top of the table. Now, I do have the other 3 games, Man City, Chelsea, and Manchester United, all are in cup action, so these games will not be going ahead. So if they were going to go ahead, I would have went with a Tottenham 2-2 draw with Man City. I would have went with a Brighton loss to Chelsea 2-1, and of course I would have went with the Manchester United victory over Newcastle. Now, with all those games in mind, this is what the table would have looked like, of course, maybe with a little bit of confusion with the points deductions and all that. But Arsenal would have been top, City in second, Liverpool in third, and that could still be the case with those two still playing this weekend. So focus switches to them. They've got to win, put the pressure on Man City, and again putting that pressure on that Spurs game whenever it comes around. I think that is pretty much do or die for those clubs chasing to dethrone Manchester City. That's of course my take on it, guys. We'll be back for some more action later on. But until then, subscribe, smash the old thumbs up, and I'll see you soon for the next one.